Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to show you guys how to fill form N-400, that's application for naturalization. So in case you want to become a citizen, that's the form that you use to apply for your citizenship. So when you go into your browser and you type in USCIS, you click on forms, all forms, this page will come, and you just click on forms, you put in N-400 and you click on search. So that's the form N-400 application for naturalization. So you can fill this file online, or also you can file it by mail. You can print it out, fill it up, and send it to the USCIS logbox. But filing it online is more convenient. So if you don't have a USCIS account, you need to create one before you can file it online. I've already made a video of how to create a USCIS online account, so you can just go into the video and find it and help yourself out. So say to become a US citizen through naturalization. So through naturalization is you coming to the United States, getting your green card, getting your social security card, and 5 years you can apply for a naturalization. Or if you marry a US citizen, it takes you 3 years. Yeah, so 3 years, then you file for your naturalization. So you see, expiration, everything is okay, where to file. So you can file it online by mail or paper. So it is pay your fee. So if you are filing it online, you have to pay it online. If you are doing it by mail, then you have to do a cashier check or money order. So if you want to do it by mail, these states, you can either use your postal service or FedEx, UPS, DHS. If you live in these states, so you can mail it from, so you just use any of that. If you live here, any of the forms is okay. Military members, this is what you need to use. And this is the filing fee. So 640 is the processing fee, and $85 is the biometric fee. So in total you'll be paying $725. Yeah, so you paid $725 to apply for the N-400. So let's just dive into the process. So you just click on it, click on the forms, wait for it to come. Okay, so let's begin. So it says part 1, information about you, about your eligibility. So put in your alien number, and it says you are at least 18 years of age and have been a lawful permanent resident of the United States for 5 years. So if you have been a lawful permanent for 5 years, then you click on 5 years. And if you have been a lawful permanent resident for the United States for at least 3 years, you click on it. For before, with these 3 years, you need to be married to a US citizen. That's where you can be able to qualify for that 3 years. So as you can see, in addition, you have been married to a living with the US citizenship spouse for the last 3 years, and your spouse has been a US citizen for the last 3 years at the time you filed your form N-400. You see, and here it says a lawful permanent resident of the United States, and you are the spouse of a US citizen, and your US citizen spouse is regularly engaged. So any of these that applies to you, then you click on it. And it says part 2, your current legal name do not provide a nickname. So you put in your current legal name. So that's your family name. You put in your family name, and you put in your given name. If you have a middle name, you put it over there, and it says your name exactly as it appears on your permanent resident card. You put it over there. If you have a middle name, you put it over there. And it says other names you have used since birth. So since you were giving birth, the other names that you have used. So in case you're a lady and you're applying for US citizen and you are married to and your surname changes, so you just put in the name that you were using previously before you got married. So you just put it over here. Or if you have changed your name along the line, you just put it over here. It says read the form N-400 instruction before you decide whether or not you would like to legally change your name. Would you like to legally change your name? So if you, for one or two reasons, you want to change your name, you can take this process and change it. So if yes, you click on yes. If no, you just click on no. So it says if you answered yes, type or print the name you would like to use in the space below. So the name that you would like to use, you just put it over here. But if you clicked on no, then you don't have to worry. So you put in your US social security card. Your social security card, you put it over there, and a USCIS online account, you put it over there. It says male or female, put in male, and you put in your date of birth. And you say it's a date you became a lawful permanent resident. So the date you became a permanent lawful resident, when you take in your green card, you should be there, and you put in the date that you became a lawful permanent resident. You put it over there. It says a country of birth. You put in Ghana. And it says country of citizenship or naturalization or nationality. You put in Ghana. And it says, do you have a physical or development disability or mental? No. And it says, if you answered yes, then if you answered yes, submit a complete form N64 and medical certification of disability exception when you file your N-400. So if you clicked on yes, you need to fill up this form and attach a medical certificate. Exemption from the English language test. Are you 50 years of age and older? And so you click over. So if you are not 50 years, you are not 50 years, you're not 55, you're not 65, you don't have to worry about this. So if you are, if it's all clicked yes, then you'll be exempted, and the test that they will be taken, because going for a citizenship, yes, you going for a test, an interview test. So when you go in for your interview, they'll test you on the things in America, so probably the laws and all that stuff. So accommodation for individual with disability on. So if you are requesting an accommodation because you are disability, so if you are disability and you are requesting for accommodation, then you click on yes. If not, you click on no. So if you click on yes, then you fill this part out. This is accommodation, so it's a continuation of the disability. So information to contact you, so you put in the number that you want them to contact you. So daytime number, so your evening number, if you have, put it over there. Your email address, put in your email address over there. So part 5, information about your residence. So you put in your street number and name. So you put in the county. You put in the state. You put in a zip code. Don't have to worry about this one. So it says region, foreign address. So Don't worry about this. Date of resident, so the date that you became a resident. So all the places that you have lived in, make sure you put it over there. So this is your current address. So from when to when that you started living over where you are. Two. So if you are still living over there, you just leave it alone. So it says mailing address. So you put in your mailing address. If your mailing address is the same as your physical address, you just put it over there. If you are in the care of someone, just put the name over there. Put in the city or town. Put in the county. And you put in the state. And you put in the zip code. It says information about your resident continued. So all the places that you have lived in since you came to the United States, make sure you put it over here. But make sure your current residence where you live now, you put it should be first. Then all the places that you have lived before within the 5 years range or the 3 years range, put it over here. But if you have lived in the same place since you got into the United States, then you just leave this part alone and you move on to the next place. So part 6, it says information about your parents. So were your parents married before your 18th birthday? So if yes, you click on yes. If no, you click on no. So it says is your mother a US citizen? If yes, yes. If no, no. If it says if you answered yes, complete the following information. If you answered no, go to item 3. So if you answered yes, then you put in the information over here of your parent. So information about your father, is your father a US citizen? No. If yes, you put in yes. If you click on yes, then you put this information in there. Say biometric information, so not Hispanic. If you're Hispanic, you put it over there. Black American, your race that you are in, so 5. So you put in your height and put in your pounds. Put in the pounds, and you put in your eye color, and you put in your hair color. And it says part 8, information about your employment, school or schools you attended. So the schools you attended, you just put in so the name of the school that you went to. So if you went to Go High, you put it over there. And the address, so the street name and number, so you put in the address of the school. And you put it, if it's an apartment, you put in an apartment or suite or floor. So if it's apartment, suite or floor, then when you click on any of them, you put in the number over here. But if it's not, you just leave it alone. Then you put in the city or town. Then you put in the state. You put in a zip code. And you put in date from, so the date that you started schooling over there. And if you are still in school, you put it over there. If you are not, if you have completed, and you just put it the date that you completed school. So your occupation, so what you studied over there. So your occupation that you do, your job, the occupation that you do. So put in this one, yeah. So the school name, occupation. So this is still a continuation of it. So how many schools you have attended? You just says employee or school name. So if you're in school, you just put it over here. But if you are working, you could just put it over here. So any of that what helps. So school or work, so you can do it school. Then you come to the next place, you do your employee and put it over there. So don't confuse yourself. You can put if you are in school but not working, just put in your school. But if you are working and you are not in school, just put in the work. Or if you are both, just put in the school work and all that. It doesn't really matter. So you go to part 9. It says time outside the United States. So since you were a permanent resident, if you have traveled outside the country before, you need a record of it. But if you have not traveled outside the country within your 5 years of stay or your 3 years of stay, then you are good to go. It says how many total days, 24 hours or longer, did you spend outside the United States during the 5 years period? So you put it over here. So and the number of days that you spend it. So in case within the 5 years range or the 3 years range, you traveled outside America to a different country and you spend like let's say a month, a year, or a week, you just put it over here. So you spend like let's say 24 days. You put it over here. How many trips of 24 hours or longer have you taken outside the United States during the 5 years? So put in let's say 5 trips. Says date you left the United States. So the date that you left the United States. So just put in any date here. So the date you left the United States and the date that you returned. So the date that you returned to the United States. Says did your trip last 6 months or more? So if your trip lasted 6 months, you click on yes. If no, you click on no. And you put in says countries to which you traveled. So the countries that you traveled to, you put it over there. It says total days outside the United States. So you just put in the total days that you traveled. So you went in for probably 4 months. You put in like 60 days. So if you went during the 5 years, you traveled a lot, you just put in all the information. You say, what is your current marital status? So single. If you're married, you put it over there. It says if you are married, but if you're married, you put it over there. If you're divorced, if you're married, it's your spouse current in the US. So if you're married and it's your current spouse in the US armed forces, so click on no. How many times have you been married? So how many times you have married? If you have married 5 times, you put it over there. If you are married now, provide the following information. So if you are filing for this and you are married, you put in your spouse information over here. How many times you have married? You put it over here. Their names, their information, everything. So part 10, information about your marital history. So your current spouse, uh, present home address. So if you're married, then you fill this part out. So since I clicked on single, you don't have to worry about it. If you're single, you don't have to worry about this part. If you're married, then you have to go through all this part, So just fill all this part out. So information about your marital history. So the marital history, you just go through the marital history. You put everything in there, make sure everything is correct, make sure everything you're putting in there are genuine. And the part 11, it says information about your children. So if you're married and you have kids, you just put the child's name in here too. But if you're not, you're single, no kid, no wife, nothing. But if you're single and you have a child, you have to also put it in there. But if you're single, no child, no wife, then hey, you're good to go. Information about your children, their current address, you put it over there. So how many kids that you have, you put everything in there. So for still information about your children, so the kids, the number of kids that you have, you put it over there. So part 12, additional information about you, person applying for naturalization. Have you ever claimed to be a US citizen in writing or any other way? No. If yes, you click on yes. Have you ever registered to vote in a federal? No. Was as a green card holder, you can't vote in America. Have you ever voted in any federal? No, because doing that is a crime. Do you now have or did you ever have a? So you click on no. If you click on yes, are you willing to give up your inherited titles? Or so since you click on no, just click on no and you just go. So these are basically the background questions. So do you own or what do you? So you just click on no, you read them, and now you click on no, no, no. Oh, come on. Have you called yourself a non? So it's not allowing me to. So when you print it out, then just take it. It's not allowing me. So if you answered yes, provide the following information. So if you answered yes, you provide this information. If you answered yes to this, to question 9, you fill up this part. So have you ever been a member of or any way associated? So you read this, so click on no, 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 no. So you read everything. If you're part of it, click on yes. If you're not, then just click on no, 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 no. And you go your additional information. Have you ever involved in any way with any of the following? So click on no, 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 no. So when you print it out, then just take it. You just know. If you know you have not gotten involved in all this before, just click on no. But if you are gotten yourself involved in any of these, you just click on yes, because remember they have all your informations. So if you lie, it's gonna cost you, because you're gonna pay 725. That's not easy to come by, so you need to be very careful on your security questions, your background security questions. You need to be truthful to them, because immediately they put in your social security, it pulls everything, the good, the bad, everything pops up. So it says if you answered question so 28, if you answered yes, then you put it over there. If you have been to jail or prison before, the years, the month, the days, you put it over there. So if you answered no to all questions in item 23 to 28, then skip this item, go to item 30. So if you click on the no from 23 to 28, then you don't have to worry yourself about it. But if you click on yes, then you have to fill this part out. So 28, so continuation. So just go through it and see if anything applies to you. You just click on yes. If it doesn't apply to you, you just click on no. But make sure you read and understand what you are answering, because it's very, very important to read and understand before you answer the questions, because anything that you do will come back and haunt you. So are you a male who lived in the United States at any time between ages 28 and 26 birthday? This does not include living in the United States as a permanent resident. So between the age. So you click on no. If you click on yes, when did you register for the selective service? So if you already registered for the selective service, then you click on yes. The selective service is kind of like a form that in case the U.S. Army needs men to go and fight. They are short of people to go and fight. They will draft you. They will draft all the selective service people between this age 18 and 26 years. They will draft them and pick them and go train them and go for a war. So that's all the pretty much the selective service is all about. Yep. So all the immigrants, especially the male or immigrant that comes to the United States, they have to go through, or that they have to feel that it's very compulsory to go through that. And page 13, applicant statements and signature. So you can read and write. Put it over there. So since you can read and write, so you put in your signature when you print it, the forms out. You put it over here. So date of signature. So date that you're applying for the. So you put in the date. So put into this date. Day 7/03/2021. So see if you had an interpreter, the interpreter needs to fill this part out. Yep, the sign date. If you had somebody prepare this for you, like an attorney, they also needs to fill this part out. Signature at interview. So this for the USCIS personnel who will fill that part out, so they have to worry about it. So guys, this is how you fill Form N-400, application for naturalization. So all those that are green card holders that are eligible to become a US citizen, this is the form that you need to fill out to become a US citizen. Yes, so make sure you are 5 years or 3 years, then you apply for it. So thank you guys for watching this video, and please don't forget to share to your friends. Share. It may be helpful to someone, and please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.